Madam.
Thank you, Kareem. The president promised to send a bill to Congress to codify Roe earlier today. I've got two basic questions about that. Number one, would that bill simply codify Roe, or would it go farther and overturn individual state abortion restrictions? And then number two, are there any abortion restrictions at all that the president would support?
What the president is going to do and wants to do and believes in doing is codifying Roe. He believes that is what it was the law of the land, the constitutional right for almost 50 years, and he believes in its specific provisions was rightly decided. He has said this regularly, including right after Dobbs, and that has not changed.
Right, but that didn't answer either question. First of all, there are individual state restrictions on abortion on the books currently around the country. Some of those existed before the Dobbs case, before the overturn of Roe. Would the president, with this bill, codify Roe? Does he want that bill to go farther?
I just answered that question. I just answered that question. He believes in Roe and how it stood before the Dobbs decision.
Okay, and then on the individual are there any restrictions whatsoever that the president would support when it comes to abortion?
He believes in the provisions that Roe had, and that's where he stands. I would suggest you reading it so you get a sense of what the president stands and what he wants to see.
All right, shifting to a different topic then. Why is it that the president was talking about nuclear Armageddon behind closed doors to political donors 2 weeks ago, rather than speaking directly with the American people about that topic?
Well, there was press. There were a few of your colleagues that were in the room.
Well, given the severity and the significance of that threat, isn't that something that the president should perhaps
Well, we've
address
talked about
donors should vote?
I mean, but there was press in the room. It's not like he was not saying it in secret. He knew that the press was in the room at the time when he was making the comments. Look, the president. We've talked about this. This is like 2 weeks ago conversation. We've talked about this in detail about how seriously we take Putin's saber rattling, Putin's comments about using nuclear weapons. That is something that we take seriously. Do we see anything at this time that causes us to move our strategic positioning? No, not at this time. But it matters that rhetoric is being used. And so the president has spoken to this. I have spoken to this. The National Security Advisor has spoken to this. Again, it was not in secret. The reason why you know that it happened is because there were reporters there. Go ahead.
Thank you.